Just gonna run that back.
Yeah, one more time. Yeah.
Just extra sad. As we allow the folks on Twitter to filter in. I, Kasim G, along with Kevin Pereira and Fiona Nova, will stand here on the stage on a day that will live in infamy.
Okay. Oh, is this
we actually have a special speaker. Hello, Mr. Trump. This was supposed to be a surprise.
I mean, what a disgrace. I got to tell you, what a disgrace. This is absolutely disgusting. I knew from the jump this thing was a failure. It was the Titanic 2.0. I have impeccable taste, and quite frankly, people were coming up to me left and right, and they're saying, Donnie, I know content. I know what gamers want. I know what streamers want, and they want the absolute best. Millions and millions and millions of dollars spent in the pursuit of woke, and you got it. And now what are you? You're broke. Quite frankly, you get fired. You're all fired.
Wow.
Okay. That was a lot.
Where did he come
Who
from?
approved that as a speaker?
What?
Jesus Christ.
So aggressive.
Hate to see, and I thought maybe we would like tease it and slow roll it, maybe talk about my vasectomy a little bit, because I still have frozen peas on my person, but no, we just right out the gate. I don't know how I feel about it, guys.
I mean, I feel attacked.
Well, that's in the
honest.
Of the show.
Now I like that. That's a good name. We should do something about that.
Can I
I gotta tell you, that's the first thing that I've heard that I liked. And quite frankly, if you were doing that kind of content, that attack of the woke might not have gone broke. I'm sorry, you were saying something and I started talking, and that's just what I do best.
No, you
and also China. And let's talk about that man's balls.
Okay. Now
he wants to talk.
Is he calling out your balls, Kevin?
Should we mean? I feel attacked as well now. Fee, I do.
Can I set the reset the room?
Yes, I got a vasectomy. Tell them about it. It's a week old. It's still very new. Snip, snip.
Kevin, we weren't gonna talk about that, but I'm glad you feel comfortable enough to mention it.
Okay.
Did you see the Kotaku article about my vasectomy?
Kevin,
dude, they got you already?
We just lost our jobs, Kevin, and we would like to maybe speak and use this forum as a way to grieve publicly and maybe celebrate our time together. I think your
my God
is gonna have to wait.
Wow. Okay. There's still smoke rising from my cauterized vas deferens, like my penis just elected a new pope.
Okay.
And you want to take time to focus on G4? I got to tell you, it was already in my. It was already. It was what smoke? Sorry?
Is that black smoke or white smoke that signifies?
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I was on so much nitrous. I don't know. I know I smelt it, and I know it was in the room for sure. But nevertheless, this place was in my rear view. This isn't my. You invited me. You invited me to come and mourn something that I left. Here's the timetable as I see it. G4 comes back. Kevin gone. Company crumble. What did I miss in that flow chart?
Can you just relax, Kevin, and just can we even just let people know what to expect here for the next hour or so before you just start going off like this? For God's sakes, man.
That's fine. I'll yield my time.
People are upset.
I'm kind of on both ends here. I totally agree with both of you guys.
Hold on a second. I want to let people know. Can I just speak for one moment without being run over?
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. I wish you would speak instead of asking for the space to speak. Just take it up. Why don't you just man spread all over the spaces?
I can't do it because you step all over me. And I'm
just how about reactions? If you want to hear about my vasectomy, let's see those hearts in the chat. If you're on mobile or if you're over at the cream.team, put some hearts in the thing. If you want to hear about my snip, let's get those emojis going. If not, do something else.
I went all to all the trouble getting Adam Sessler and Austin Show and a lot of the G4 employees here, and I don't think that this is what they signed up for when I asked them to come speak and talk about the things that they love and appreciate about G4 and what they're gonna miss. I don't think they tuned in for a Donald Trump appearance, and B, vasectomy talk. That's not why we're here. Okay? So if you just give me a moment. And then you can do whatever you want. Guys, if you're listening and you're just tuning in, this is our open wake for G4.
I got to tell you, I'm seeing a lot of hearts in the chat. I'm seeing lots of hearts in the Discord. I'm seeing a lot of hearts here. And I know I didn't work at the G4, and quite frankly, I didn't even watch the G4, and I guess that puts me in the majority, quite frankly. But if you guys want to have a little funeral, that's fine, but I still want to hear about that man's testicles. But I yield my time. Also, China and Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay. You know what? After hearing that,
really
you're right. I'm gonna go sit in the corner. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Look, I understand that the 45th, number 45, does want to hear about your vasectomy, and I do think we should carve out a little bit of the spaces to get to that. But I just want to make sure that before we do that, we kind of talk about the things that we said and told people we would talk about, which is the death of our beloved network, G4TV.
Frozen, please, on his genitals. What more do you like? Let's go.
I mean,
it should be Trump steaks. Should be
that's
sharper
all he wants
image
to talk
meat
about.
right down there.
I also need.
But let's get to it. Let's get to this sad funeral. Let's get this bullshit out of the way. Blah blah. G4 dead again.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna mute him. I'm gonna mute him. That's even I don't feel.
Kevin,
I'm gonna mute.
you
I'm sorry.
have to mute him. You're unheard of.
Okay, I'm so
I've
sorry. Go ahead,
invited
guys.
To speak, Adam Sessler. I know you haven't done a Spaces before, but let me know if you're not seeing the invitation to speak down at the bottom, where you can approve that. And you can come up on stage here. And Austin Show, same for you. If you guys want to take any time up on this stage and kind of just talk about where you're at, how you're feeling, and I'm going to kind of go down and invite some of the G4 crew and production crew and hosts and people that I see here.
Okay.
I do want to appreciate everyone that I
Is it too early to point fingers at talent? Go ahead, Fee. I'm sorry, but I do want to say something as well. I'm just going to put my little quarter on the arcade machine that I think.
What fingers would you like to point, Kevin? I'm actually
all of my little pasty white sinewy fingers. I'd like to point in the direction of a single G4 talent that I do believe is responsible for torpedoing everything. Because again, my timeline of events is that I left on the highest of high notes, so falsetto it would shatter glass.
Yeah.
Kevin,
and then yeah, I did. And last I remember, the building was open, Cassim. The Slack channels worked, Cassim. Right. There were new programs being made, Cassim. So I leave. I look in the rearview mirror. Oh, there goes the big studio getting smaller and smaller as I head into the horizon of my future to celebrate and retire. And I leave things in the hands of one WWE superstar Xavier Woods, aka Off the Grid. And I wasn't going to name his name. I wasn't going to name his name, but I got to put the blame squarely at his superstar boots. And with that, I'll yield my time. I'm out of the way. I promise I'm going to go sit in the corner.
Okay, so,
I'm just going to be quiet.
Yeah, you heard it here, folks. Kevin Pereira is blaming Austin Creed for the downfall of.
It just seems. I'm sorry. It just seems like that's the.
I mean, it's absolutely. He's the last person to blame, but obviously you can tell that his testicles are off, so he's like not doing well right now.
Yeah, I think the swollen testicle. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get people up on stage here, but yeah, that's just.
I got to tell you, I hate to say it, I got to agree with the girl that just spoke with the dog avatar. I do think it was Xavier Woods. It was Austin Creed, and maybe Austin decreed that G4 should be over. Right. But I feel bad for that poor girl's testicles. I really do, and I'm going to sit the corner as well.
I feel very attacked by this. I do identify. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm going to be quiet.
No, I mean that's fine. I think you should, say what you got to say.
I see. If you wanted to actually say something of value and substance.
Absolutely not of value, and it was so not of value that I forgot what I was But what I will say is this is the open wake for G4 TV. There are 1,300 people listening to us. I don't think Twitter Spaces has gotten more than this ever. I am shocked that you guys all know how to use a Twitter space. So congratulations on that.
Right now, there is smoke and sparks spewing out of a rack server somewhere in a Twitter basement. They're like, we never meant for this to get this popular.
Yeah, somewhere Twitter is upset that this is happening.
Yeah.
And I what I do want to say is, what a great run we had. You know, I didn't know too much about G4TV, you know, so yeah, that's what I've got to say on that.
Wait, that's what you have to say? Is that I gotta be honest, I didn't know much about it, but now it's gone? You just are a fan of funerals. You walked in off the sidewalk, you're like, is that a buffet? And what are they? Oh, is that a wake? And maybe I'll go toss a couple sobriquets.
I just want to say that my time at G4 was incredible. I had such a fun time hanging out with Cassim, with Kevin, with literally all the entirety of the Attack of the Show team. It was really sad to hear Comcast pulling the plug, but at the end of the day, I just know that I made some great friends that are going to be there for the rest of my life if they want to. I'm not going to force them. But yeah, I see that Cassim has pulled up Lena, our amazing creative producer for Attack of the Show, to speak. So Lena, whenever you're ready, we would love to hear what you've got to say.
Yes, and before Elena, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. I'm trying to work out the speaker invites here.
Okay.
If you are a G4 employee, please send me a DM if you're not seeing the
Taco
invite
Bell
to speak. I'm really trying. I guess Taco Bell's a sponsor of this wake today. This is the only time I think post G4 TV we finally get a sponsor. I think that's part of the reason why. That's part of the problem we had, but I'm still trying to get people up on stage here. So just hold it down for me.
Am I the one holding it down?
Yeah,
100%, Lena. The entire broadcast is on your shoulders, and I'm going to be watching.
You out, not to stress you out. There is almost about 1,500 people listening. They actually might want some information.
We just 3x'd the viewership of G4 in the last 30 seconds.
100%.
So Elena, again, I'm going to watch that listener count, and if it drops down, unfortunately, we will have to send a drone death squad your way, and it will be curtains for you, like it has been for our dear network. So go ahead with that.
And then one other tidbit just to add, you can only imagine the amount of reporters that are listening and thinking they're going to actually get real information about G4 TV. So just, be aware of that. If there are any rumors,
it's fake news. I don't trust any of these reporters. It's all fake news. You can't trust a word they say. Quite frankly, I think G4 is still around.
Guys, can we?
I think G5 exists, and I've moved on, and we're over on Parler, and we're making content.
I'm sorry, Mr. President. We invited Lena upon. I want Lena to tell the group who she is, what she did at G4, and maybe just like a few words before we slam Donald Trump on top of her and just talk over. Can we do that for 1 minute, please? Thank you. Muting.
Okay, hi everyone. My name's Lena Olson. I'm currently eating McDonald's. So I have really important stuff to talk about.
Lena, I'm going to have to ask you to...
A girl after my own heart. Sorry to interrupt. I just got to say, I am also chomping on a big old cheeseburger right now. Lena, yum, dollar value menu. Everybody else, I speak on a delay. I'm sorry, chump, and now I'll stop talking.
Yeah, sorry. Donald Trump has a delay, so when he starts, he doesn't know he's interrupting anybody, Lena. So I'm sorry, but Donald heard McDonald's, and that is his activation word. He's like Jason Bourne of fast food. I'm sorry. I'm going to mute now as well.
I mean, that's what me and Mr. President Donald Trump have in common. We both love a double cheeseburger from the McDonald's value menu.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry,
Lena, can you tell us who you are, what you did at G4, and how you're feeling today?
Sure. My name's Lena. I was a creative producer on Attack of the Show. I really enjoyed it. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling sad about the end of G4 and not getting to spend more time with everybody and make more things, because there were several things in the can that I was excited to have everyone see. So yeah, I'm feeling great, and I miss you already.
I miss you too, Lena. Lena has been a huge part of the feedback. If anyone here even watched anything, and and Lena's been a huge part of just the feed in general, and the ATNs, the videos, the TikToks, all of that. So really hard worker here. If there are any people out there looking for an amazing producer, I would just send you Lena. And
Yeah,
she's an
that's a
amazing
great
person.
call, Fiona. I'd say if you guys, most of you here, I assume are supporters, and when we do bring people that were crucial in front of the camera, off the camera, and you're not following them, support them and follow them. If you're looking for great employees, we have them all here for you. This is almost like it's going to be like when you go to the bunny ranch and they trot out all the legal prostitutes for you, and you get to kind of just choose.
Yeah.
And
that is
Really
one
great
analogy.
analogy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
it is.
I
It
mean,
is.
it-
Well,
I mean, it
it's
is
an
pretty
analogy.
and you just get to
accurate.
choose whichever one you want,
Right.
and then
It's
you
like
get to take them back to the back room and have total intercourse with them. And
yeah,
in this case, it would be like
adopting a
entertainment work.
dog. It's like adopting an animal as well.
I
the
think
ones
my
that were
analogy makes
abused.
much more
Yeah.
sense.
Well, I
Yeah.
like the animal too. Thank you, Kevin, for the bell.
Lena, can I
yes.
ask something as well? Because I
Kevin,
want to respect
absolutely,
the
absolutely,
sincerity
Kevin.
of this moment, and we
Yeah.
had we made some space for the feelings about G4 going away. But I think the real, if I may, and I don't want to be like flippant or crass about it in any manner, but I haven't really formulated my thoughts and feelings. But the real downfall of the network, the devastation that was when I left. Do you want to speak on how that was really the turning of the tide, and how that was the the coughing of the canary in the comedy coal mine? Just what a devastating impact, and just a canyon-esque crater that was left. I guess a crater could be a canyon, right, if you stretch it out enough. The point is, I probably left such a void, and I want to give you a chance to talk about what I meant to you, of course, and then to the network, and of course, keeping it propped up and alive. If there's anything you want to speak on, I'm just going to mute and I'll yield my time.
Totally, Kevin. You're so right. I mean, a month ago or 3 weeks ago when you left the show,
No,
I was
let her. Hey,
destitute.
Kevin, you asked this. Let her talk. No, Kevin, mute. How about you mute, Kevin? Let Lena talk.
Yeah, you're laughing, and I'm trying to be sincere about
I know. I'm so
I know.
sorry. I'm so sorry, Lena, that he's interrupting you after asking you
Jesus.
to essentially boost his ego
Yeah.
live on a Twitter
I am
Spaces.
so disappointed in how this is going right now.
Absolutely
I am so disappointed.
unheard of.
I was
Can
really going to
we
do it too.
please give
No,
Lena
Lena,
the room?
please.
I was
Please
really
go
gonna talk
ahead.
about-
Kevin asked. He asked, so I would just honor it at this point. Yeah.
Thank you, Fee. Thank you.
Talk about how destitute and devastated I've been every day. I mean, it's been so hard getting up in the morning, going to work, not seeing Kevin at his desk, which he was very committed to be there every day.
Here's the thing about
Can
Kevin's
you
desk.
mute if you're gonna cackle like that? Can you just
No, he
mute
wants
yourself?
to be heard. He needs to be heard. Let him get.
It's almost like he wanted this to happen. He's enjoying this.
I mean, did you not think that, Cassie? Because that's all I got from him.
I want to get people up here that want to speak. Gina and Lena, you guys are all speakers. I'm trying to get everyone else. Just please, just use this opportunity to tell us who you were, what you did, and how you're feeling. And I'm trying to get Adam Sessler up here. Adam, I DM'd you. I don't know if you saw that. Lena,
okay, Gina's doing more wind tunnel testing.
Yeah,
I think
Gina's
on
in a
her.
wind tunnel, so
I'm in a
She
car.
got a new
Come on,
designer
Gina.
helmet. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Gina.
I'm in a car, trying not to drive headfirst into this train that I see. Hi, my name is Gina Darling, former host of Attack of the Show.
Get in line, girl. Aren't we all? Am I right? I'm gonna mute.
We're all foremost, yeah.
So now that I'm unemployed and need money, go ahead and follow me on twitch.com, twitch.tv/Miss Gina Darling. Also, do we know what we're gonna do with the Kevin painting? Because I really want that in my room, awkwardly sitting in the background.
Unfortunately, we're not allowed back into the building. They've actually just said we can't. We will not have access at all back in there. So
Is that true? Was that a real announcement?
That's a real announcement.
It is
yeah.
currently.
I
We are trying to
I
work
take
out
that.
how to get into the studio, which is supposedly a thing.
Everyone has things there. Like I have things there. Like people have their computers and laptops there. I don't know how they're gonna get it back, but just to let you know, Gina, maybe that's something we should try to grab if we do get access into the studio at some point. Could be next year, could be in 2 years, who knows?
Being told that I'm not allowed in the building is a challenge, so I will be taking that challenge. 2 things that I want in the building: the Kevin painting and Drunkle Ted. That's all I need. That's all. We'll figure it out.
That's great. I think that's a good laundry list of things to grab from the studio.
I mean, is this an excuse for a nice IRL backpack stream to kind of storm the castle to retake?
I was gonna do that. I thought maybe they were gonna
probably
let us
shouldn't
back
discuss
in.
it openly though, right? Like publicly
probably
have this
not,
discussion.
but
Okay, yeah.
I think at this point, who knows? Like whatever.
Look, I'm going to be living in a trailer very shortly, by choice, not circumstance. So I have no room for the painting, unfortunately. But I would grab it at the G4 estate sale. Are they going to do one?
I doubt that, Kevin. I mean, listen, we had such a great cast for the show. I know Kevin wants us to really speak highly of him, but really, Kevin left, and you're right, it all went to shit.
It's a version of the timeline. That is a story I can tell myself, and it's a story I can say publicly.
I think that's something to acknowledge, right? He was right. He knew before we did, and he took his leave. And as much as we were begging him to come to work, and as much as we were begging him to stop streaming Roblox the next day he left, I actually
think that there's still hope here. And
okay.
I think we can salvage it. I really do.
Salvage G4TV or just
I know that there was
careers.
an official statement from NBC Comcast, and that was then picked up by and scooped up by Deadline. I understand it feels very final, but I don't know. I think I can pull a couple strings. I just recently brought up Tanea up here on the stage. Tanea also worked at G4. Tanea, please feel free to unmute. Tell us who you are, what you did, and how you're feeling today.
Hi, so I'm, recently unemployed like everybody else. And I was a creative producer for the development team, worked on Name Your Price and Hey Donna mostly, and a little bit of ITP. But I'm currently doing my taxes, so I'm a little bit distracted. Today is like literally the last day, or I will go to jail. But I've just been listening to everyone, talk about being prostitutes and, burgers. And it's just been really eye-opening for me, to have so many people who I can relate to with the shared trauma.
Totally. One thing about Tanea, you are a creative producer for my 2 favorite shows, which was Name Your Price and Hey Donna. And I just wanted to let you know that you've done such an amazing job.
By the way, we have Austin's show down here. Austin, if you want to hop up on the stage, you have been invited to speak.
You are invited. Please come speak.
Tanea, you were nothing but sweet and very kind when we interacted. I was I think we first met on ITP, like you said, and that was one of those where I think that was the first time we maybe were like really questioning the sort of like we wanted to come back for a season 2, and there was it seemed like people like it and what happened, and then things happen and you don't really get a straight answer so much, and you just know that there's people on different levels above you that are making all kinds of decisions that and you'll never know why, and that was kind of the start of it. I think that was probably, when did we end? January? My sense of time.
It was January, end of January.
Yeah. Yeah, and guys, if you're looking for a creative producer, Tanea, Lena, please follow them on Twitter. Gina, also subscribe to her Twitch. She's been streaming. I saw
Yeah.
her stream
Subscribe to my
last night.
OnlyFans as well. Thank you.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, let's make sure we're getting everyone's
I
links in
didn't make
there.
one yet, but I have to now. So
Well, you bring up a good point. This is we hear alternate revenue streams, and we here at the Cream
Well,
team.
I'm into feet
Morgan
stuff,
Freeman.
so you got my sub.
Wow.
I mean, Morgan Freeman with the
I
appearance.
mean, yeah, I mean that's huge.
is it because I'm black that you're using
Yeah,
that
Yeah,
Morgan
no,
Kevin.
100%. It
Wow.
was 100%
Well, Kevin just books
that.
the guests. Did you book
I-
Morgan Freeman, Kevin?
Listen,
Because
I
he
put
was
a
black?
microphone in the green room and I let people say whatever they want to say to
Yeah.
whoever. I'm really,
We have all kinds of people in the green room, actually. Kevin's got a whole slew of guests. Yes, Austin, please.
I'd like to talk about Kevin.
I don't know about this OnlyFans. I mean, I'm into feet stuff too, but I also thought it was weird that Morgan Freeman was talking. Like, show me those piggies, your toes.
Okay,
I'd like to speak about Kevin's testicles.
So sorry. Oh,
please.
yes, please do.
I mean, I don't know much about them. I was just hoping to get more informed. I kind of came in late and something about your testicles, Kevin.
Well,
Yeah.
Austin can only describe them intimately with, I think, 3 of his senses. That's what he's saying. He doesn't quite know what they look like, but
Yeah.
well,
Have you ever
That's right.
seen? Have you
It
ever
was dark.
seen a
It was
shriveled
dark,
up
Kevin.
raisin, or maybe something
like a-
like an
Testicles,
olive,
Fiona?
like a dry olive? Have you ever seen a dry olive?
That's
Never.
exactly what it is. Hey, Austin, thanks for coming on the stage. I don't know what you're doing, but I appreciate you coming on short notice. Ladies and gentlemen, Austin Show of
Thank
Name
you.
Your Price fame. Tell us a little bit about how you're feeling today. You just had a show canceled. You lost a lot of people you work with, lost their jobs. What's the vibe and feeling over there at Austin HQ?
Well, it is obviously extraordinarily sad. I'd say, I've worked on a lot of projects personally, and I joined G4, not actually knowing exactly what I was going to make at G4 before I signed on. And Name Your Price became, one of the, and I say this honestly, my favorite show that I've ever worked on. And I became incredibly passionate, more so than I ever actually thought that I would ever in joining G4. I thought we'd make a really cool show, but I never expected it to sort of become what it became for me personally. And although what's most sad is I feel like towards the end here, it really started to develop a pretty good following for it. I think obviously the numbers were, I think, strong, but I think more recently in the last couple weeks, actually, in fact, it really felt like things were starting to move in the right direction for it. And that's big in part to the fabulous team. I mean, Tanea spoke earlier. She was wonderful and extraordinary. And I could go on and on about Becky and Matt and Phil and everybody. And the list goes on of the Glenn, all the wonderful people that made the show possible. And I'm going to really miss Thursdays and going into that studio and working things out, and even the camera guys and the makeup folks. And it was a wonderful experience through and through. And we learned a lot. And, it's obviously, and to answer your question, Cassim, it's a very sad situation all in all. And I think we all kind of thought we maybe had more time together, but business can be brutal at times, and this is no exception. So,
Austin, what is your, if I may, what is your interest level / ability in continuing to do Name Your Price, or maybe a derivative of it someplace else?
I mean, I Name Your Price. That's all I'll say.
Sorry about that.
I can't speak to it in terms of like whether that would be possible or not. But I love Name Your Price. It's my favorite. I would certainly welcome an opportunity to do something similar or do Name Your Price in the future, should I be given the opportunity to do so. But I can't at this moment. there's not really anything I can say about it, or know anything at this point, yeah.
That's right. I got my headline for the blog post, which is Austin would love to bring it back. So I think that's the one I'm using for the clickbait, and I feel very satisfied. Name your price coming back, baby.
I didn't say that, Kevin. I didn't say
Season
that.
3. You did not say it, really.
No,
I see it.
I didn't say it. I'll just leave it as name your price was amazing, and yeah, I wish it could continue. I wish it would, but right now, as it stands now, G4 is no longer. So,
and I really appreciate you coming on and saying some words. It was really great having you in the studio when we saw you on
Also,
Thursdays,
that
and
picture looks amazing. Like,
oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's doing things.
Thank you
to
for
me.
that.
You're welcome.
Austin, please stick around. Please stick around, Austin.
Briefly,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I want to say thanks to all. I know we didn't collaborate too much on camera, but I think all of you are so incredibly talented and fabulous, and I imagine I look forward to seeing what you all will do moving forward in the future, and I'm sure we'll cross paths on screen, or I know we will off screen, but yeah, looking forward to it. But yeah, that's all I'll say, and yeah, I'll leave it to you guys.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you so much.
I hope you guys you subscribe to our Patreon when we launch it by the end of this.
We are.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Adam's
take a
here.
Second to bring up Adam Sessler. It's been
I'm wrong.
Welcome, Adam Sessler, to
Fuck
the
Trump.
stage.
Yeah, no, be careful. Be careful.
No, you gotta be careful because he's really delayed, and he will bog down this Twitter space.
Wait. You guys have a Trump?
Well, he's here. We have him in the green room.
Okay. Clearly, someone was fumbling around with their Twitter spaces and too busy destroying a network that they couldn't pay attention to the honor that is me being here. And quite frankly, I expect less from Adam Sessler.
Look, I only have one word to say to that, and that's women.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam.
This word is grabbing me, but in ways that I'm not allowed to discuss on the Twitter space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we also have Morgan Freeman. If that makes anything, makes you feel better.
Actually, funny story. Once upon a time, I was actually with Morgan Webb. We were walking back from having lunch, and some other colleagues were behind us, and they overheard two people say, "That's Adam Sessler and Morgan Freeman."
Oh, and
as you can imagine, the friend was like, "That's a little strange." And then the friend said, "Morgan Freeman's hot." And then it just got stranger from there.
That's amazing. I can only imagine why they made that mistake.
Adam, I give this story a 5 out of 5.
Wow.
There he is. You got him out. You got him out of the green room.
So generous of Morgan Webb.
Adam,
so how are you all?
Yeah, well, that's what I wanted to ask you. Look, we wanted to open this up as a sort of like online catharsis mechanism, and we wanted to get your sort of thoughts on kind of how you feel today, the day after G4.
I am so tired of getting fired by that fucking place.
Yeah, Adam, what do you get when your punch card is full?
Really working for them, I was freelance. As a favor.
What do you get on like your 5th firing? Is it a free sub sandwich?
What was that place that was down the street, Kevin? The Tostinos or the Tootsie Rolls?
Was it the Quiznos?
The Quiznos.
Yeah.
I think you get one of those.
Right.
Except the strip club isn't open yet, and so you just kind of sit outside, sadly, just chewing on it.
Right.
Yeah.
What was your sort of? You mentioned that you were a freelancer, Adam, but what was your working relationship with G4 in the last few days, weeks? How would you describe it?
I was a freelancer. Like someone would be like, "Hey, we could use you," and I'd be like, "Okay." That was it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
apparently I got you all fired.
Yeah. What's up with that? What is that? Is that a rumor of some sort? Or
Yeah, do you want to use this time to apologize to us?
would you
or
like
how
to
exactly would you?
apologize that we are unemployed right now? Or
Yes,
what is it?
apparently my amazing skills, apparently incredible skills. I'm like Doc. Just like my
Yes.
brain thinks equality, and you all get fired.
Yeah,
And
you
I
should learn to be
apologize
more of a bigot.
for thinking that. It just it happened in a moment.
Right. I mean, I obviously will accept your apology. It's just so weird because it's like conflicting information. It's like, did Adam get us fired, or is it Kevin leaving that got us fired? We have a bit of a situation where we don't really know who is responsible for us
This is
being
what I
unemployed.
think. I think I made Kevin leave.
Yeah.
And I mean,
that
that's fair.
got you
That's fair.
fired.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And man, if I had a Kevin voice changer, I'd leap in right now, but I just don't.
You
I don't, and I don't know how to render thought for myself. I have to do it through the lens of a character. This is really tough.
Yeah.
Adam, in a sort of like attempt at sincerity here, you were one of the first. I actually met you before I had met Kevin, and spent a lot of time in the early sort of B4 G4 days.
I remember.
Working together, and having grown up and watched you, it was like very surreal for me at the time to share a screen with you, and I just wanted to say publicly how much that meant to me, and how great I think you are, and how good at your job I think you are, and whatever you end up doing next, buddy, you can count me in. And I will, if you wanted to just get me a job, that's kind of what
I would also
count
like to jump in and put my in the ring and say if you have a job.
Well, see, here's the thing. Excluding Kevin, is Chasm. I so enjoyed working with you, and what I thought was
thank you so much
is that when I went to an executive and I said I want to work more with Chasm, we stopped working together.
Yeah, I know. You should just learn to just keep your mouth shut.
I know. And
yeah.
Fiona, most people don't know, she started out as a producer on X-Play. I think, as you were working out the deal and stuff like that.
I was writing.
I looked forward to the Fiona day. And I'm agree. She's really neat. I would like to talk to her more. And then you stopped working with me because they put you on Attack of the Show.
Yeah,
I don't even know if I can wish well to anyone without it, causing them to get hit by a semi.
Yeah, and just to clarify for the people in the Discord that are wondering why I was excluded from all of that praise and everything, it was because Adam realizes now that his compliments are actually a to death. And he doesn't wish that upon me. He really loves me the most and wants to protect me. And I appreciate that, Adam. You don't have to say it. I'll say it for you.
Kevin, I want you to drive so far on that open road.
And he's wishing me safe travels. I speak Sessler. Exactly. I got this for you guys. He's wishing me the safest of travels.
Don't just have eyes. They have ears and lungs.
Right. I love that. It's so funny that to get you two together, we all had to get fired. Finally, it's so fun for me to watch you guys interact. Adam, I really do appreciate you figuring out how Twitter Spaces works and finally getting on stage here.
I have no idea how this is working. I'm assuming this is the series of tubes Al Gore told me about.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, but do you want to?
I would appreciate us. I'm sorry. Can we just not mention tubes? Because it's all very sensitive to me. Go ahead.
Really, yeah. Was it where do they cut you?
Finally, let's get into it. They don't go in through the belly button. They don't go in through the mouth. They don't even go in through the asshole.
Go in?
No, they make an incision. They got to cut it open so they can get a peek at the tubes.
I thought they cut your dick off.
No, that's a very different. That's when that's Comcastic. That's not a vasectomy.
Way too much Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I yield my time. Cassim, you were asking a sincere question of Adam, and he is here, so I'm going to be quiet about my vasectomy.
Yeah. Adam, before we move on to another G4 employee, any sort of last
Yes.
closing remarks,
I
or
will
maybe
be
where we
sincere
can
now.
find you moving forward.
I love you all desperately. The reason why I did the freelancing thing is I thought it would be an opportunity to work more with all of you and all the producers behind the scenes as well. Like, it really, not since the early days of Tech TV do I feel like there's been that much of a unique set of individuals. And had they allowed us the actual opportunity, and I'm going to not say the thing that I want to say, it would have been incredible. I really felt that opportunity at the beginning, and I don't want any of you to think that somehow you didn't contribute enough or anything like that. That I've been around the block a few too many times, and like, that's why I stayed with it. And I wish you all the best. I am getting job opportunities for you guys that I will
Thank
pass
you.
through, hopefully a more independent means than a Twitter space. Is that what it's called? Twitter space?
Yeah, Twitter Space.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a shitty space.
It's
It's
not
to have a
great.
Twitter
It's
as a qualifier in front
However
of
bad the
it.
name is, it's an even worse product to use.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Adam.
Yeah.
So when I first joined G4, the very first thing they ever had me film or stream was with you.
I remember.
And I remember
I was
freaking
there
out.
actually. That was actually funny because I was there because I was producing it. Anyways.
Oh. But I remember freaking out off camera because I was like, holy shit, it's Adam Sessler. And I had gotten a text message from
Gina,
my
I'm sorry to
aunt.
interrupt. I wanted to hear more about Fiona, about her version of your
Yeah,
moment
sorry,
that you're
yeah,
trying to
let's
share
go.
with Adam, because
Yeah.
I didn't know that Fiona was
Thank you
there.
so
Fiona,
much,
I'm sorry,
Kevin.
you were there
Thank
for
you
this
so
moment
much,
that Gina's
Kevin.
trying to share with Adam. Can you tell us a little bit about
Kevin,
that?
thank
I'm
you
gonna go
so
fuck
much
myself.
for putting, yeah, no, just
Wait,
put
hold on.
the
Actually, Fiona, hold on.
spotlight.
Gina, you just said something
Wait,
really
my
interesting,
gosh.
and Gina, we want to hear more about that. Gina, go ahead.
Gina, yes.
I'm gonna go fuck myself now.
Oh my god.
No, please share your moment with Adam, please.
So I was working on that, the first thing ever that Fiona was producing. Kevin, she was there. And then I remember my aunt texting me on the side. She's like, "Congratulations, on G4. Do you get to work with Adam? I'm about to a Zoom call with him right now." And when you popped on, I nearly threw up out of joy and nervousness. And I remember telling you, "Hey, I just want to get this out of the way. I'm a huge fan," and it was it was the best way to, I guess, join G4 officially. And I'm really glad it was you
sweet.
and not Kevin that I had.
See, I have to tell you what I remember of that is you've tried to play it so cool that you're like, yeah, my cousin said you're really cool. And I should be excited to be on this stream with you. And I remember thinking, that's a really funny audition strategy. But it worked.
Wait. It cut off. What did you say? My cousin said what now?
Well, you pretended to be like, I don't know who you are, Adam, but my cousin said you're cool. I remember you saying that. And I'm like,
all right,
Gina.
now this is interesting. This is getting
Gina.
interesting. Yes, let's talk more about this.
Out.
And is this a Kotaku headline? Go ahead.
Oh, here you go. I don't remember saying that, and if I did, gaslight me more.
Okay, hopefully
It was
Kotaku's
probably-
doing their job right now, and the headline is Adam gaslighting Gina Darling.
Yep.
And got you all fired.
And got every
hostile work environment. Hostile work environment.
Yeah, we'll make sure to start that.
But yeah, thank you for.
Yeah, I think the gaming space has had enough of that this weekend. I think.
Thanks for teaching me TV terms and mentoring.
Oh yeah, no. It was Gina. It was an honest pleasure to get to work with you and everyone else because, Kevin might acknowledge this. I have knowledge that is useless, and for the first time in my life, I got to pass it on and get you fired.
Thank you. 10 out of 10 would get fired again. Thank you.
All right.
She
Thank
doesn't
you,
even know your
guys.
scale only goes to 5. I guess her cousin knows that though, Adam. That's cute.
Wow.
You know, I didn't think I would be the straight man here to Kevin's absolute insanity today, but this is part of what makes the cream team so creamy. Is that
Quite
Right.
frankly, nobody thinks you're the straight man. You never have been. You never
Okay.
will be. Not
All right.
here, and not
That's
even Puerto Rico.
that's a dig
Okay,
at my
wow. He does say
sexuality.
Puerto Rico.
Said it. Yeah, why did he say it like that?
He
Guys,
likes to say it.
have
I
to
don't
move
know.
on. I have to move on. Adam, thank you so much. It's been so great having
My
you on
pleasure.
stage here. Please just stick around if you want. You can put this whole thing on mute and just listen in if you want. We'd love to
But
have
once
you in the
again,
crowd.
sorry to get you all fired. I love
It's
you all.
okay.
I forgive
love
you.
you too. I forgive you.
I wanted to
Amen.
bring up Steven Serwinski, who also worked at G4 and actually did Keeping Up with the Targaryens with me every Monday. Steven, please unmute. Tell us what you did there and sort of how you're feeling today.
Hey everyone. Steven, I was one of the creative producers on the brand team. So whenever a branded thing seldom showed up, I had a hand in it somewhere, whether it was pitching it or doing whatever behind the scenes. You know what? This morning, just feeling, I don't fucking know. Not feeling so bad.
Okay, so you're not feeling as bad as yesterday?
No, I mean, yesterday I kind of, once I logged in to do a little prep work and saw that Slack wasn't working, I kind of felt that was a heads up for how the day was going to go. So I kind of felt prepared once it happened.
Right. Okay. Are you essentially saying you knew things before we did? Like, do you have information?
No, I just had a gut feeling, this is the second time BComp has hired me to a job that I've gotten fired from. So,
Oh no.
Okay, now thank you.
Oh,
That's what we needed. That's
no.
what we needed. Let's really get into that.
I'm
Okay.
waiting for the third time. I'm just waiting
All
for
right.
the third
So
time.
BComp that's the guy. We found him.
BComp sent me a text like right after it happened saying he was sorry, and I'm like, for what? For helping me pay my rent for like a year?
He's the guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the sweetest guy.
For.
Yeah, he's
Steven,
been,
just
go
sorry,
ahead,
point of clarity, because someone at the on the Cream Team Discord, Uzumaki, good to see that name again, asks, are you the decanter person? Are you responsible for the decanter?
Like, I'm not responsible for
you broke
the
up there.
decanter.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a spam call in the middle of that, and I was tempted to answer just to have a little human interaction, but
Patch them through, yeah. Let's talk about your car's warranty or about an electrical rebate in California. Let's do it. Now, you were not on the decanter side of things, but correct me if I'm wrong. The Pizza Apocalypse, you might have had.
I had a little hand in the Pizza Apocalypse.
Yes,
there was
one of my favorite branded.
A lot of pitches from our end that Case then had to somehow make sense. A little inside baseball. Pizza Hut was really into the storyline of the Pizza Apocalypse, and they had a lot of questions as to how it worked. And we couldn't just tell them it was just a punchline to us, so we kind of had to work with Case and Shaw to come up with a coherent storyline to it.
Yeah,
were there any along those lines? Were there? I don't know if we're allowed to. I guess we're allowed to share now, right? Like, were there any specific notes from the brand on like Rip Blazer, the time traveling pizza delivery guy? He would say this, or Rip Blazer wouldn't do that. Were there any? Because I always love brand notes, and if they cared deeply about the lore of Rip Blazer, I'm imagining there might have been some back and forth.
Yeah. I mean, little stuff that like makes sense for them. One thing they were very much into is they really wanted that skateboard to show up more often than it did, and I did not want to have the liability of making someone ride a skateboard around the studio on my hand. So I kept on pushing back on that, or just saying like, is it okay if he just holds it for this sketch? And so, Yeah, if he ever walked out holding the skateboard, it was because I didn't want him to have to, try to memorize lines and ride a skateboard at the same time.
Daikon is wondering, did anyone actually win a free pizza from Rip Blazer? Because I got to tell you, I spun that damn wheel
I spun it
every time. And I would wake up on days where I knew it wasn't even active, and I would still spin the damn thing.
There had to be some sort of
We
rigged.
contractually had to give out X amount of winners. So I mean, it was an algorithm behind it, but like we would see the winners and then we would send them a form, and then we, didn't send them an actual pizza. We just sent them a nice little gift card to Pizza Hut. But yeah, there were as many winners as we contractually had to have, which
Steven, can I ask you a personal question? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leap in there, but how much pizza you had in the last few months? Because I'm smelling a monopoly scandal. I think you and Rip Blazer were in on it, because everybody in the Discord right now is saying they spun the wheel and they didn't win pizza. I can't find a single person who has won a free pizza slice from Rip Blazer. I will yield my time.
I was saying this from the start. I knew this shit was happening.
I'm not saying I'm corrupt, but
can I just give you a plug, Steven? If anyone's looking for a branded creative producer or just a creative producer in general, please follow Steven. Follow all these guys that are up on the stage here. These are all some of the best people I've had the opportunity to work with, and they're worth a follow. Steven, thank you so much for your time. Hang out, will you? We're gonna bring on some more people.
Kasim, I do wanna mention how
my vasectomy.
Maybe later, but I did want to talk about how how great you've been about all of the former G4 employees, trying to find them like work and really put their name out there. I mean, at some point I was wondering like, oh, how is this going to benefit him? Because
it benefits
most of the
me.
time,
I'll tell you why.
I will tell
you why. It benefits me because, and I swear to God, because
is it because they owe you after? Do you blackmail?
He's worried about the twitlongers in 2025, Fiona. He's planting seeds.
Do you guys mind not speaking over me as much? Would that be okay? Thank you.
No, this is fascinating, Cassim. Let's talk about this. What does this have to do with your mother? And by the way, how are your mother's cans?
Kevin, we have
that was Howard Stern in the green room. I'm sorry, that was really inappropriate.
Kevin, we have so many people, and I just got a text from B Comp. He's in the spaces. We're going to bring up B Comp. I want to get to Kyle, and then I want to get to Gerard, the completionist. Also, Kevin, you mentioned that people were chatting in the Discord. If you guys want to join that Discord, it's thecream.team. That's where we all mobilize. It's a place where like-minded folks can talk, and you'll get all the up-to-date information on when our Cream spaces are happening. The cream.team, you'll find a wonderful world of like-minded folks that are welcoming you with open arms. Join it today. Kyle Stevens, if you want to please unmute and tell us who you are, what you did, and how you're feeling today on the day after G4's demise.
Ooh. Well, hey y'all. I'm Kyle Stevens. Just kind of wandering around my mind now. I did a lot of the graphics for Attack of the Show, a lot of the headers, and all the big segment stuff. I worked with Peter Berube pretty directly on a lot of those. I mean, he built the games and things like that, and then he would give me the ideas for like the animation stuff, and I got to run with that. Got to work on stuff with Arena, a little bit of X-Play, and like bits and pieces of everything, because the graphics team just kind of bounces around. But I felt like a part of the Attack team for the most part. Today, I don't feel sad. Like yesterday didn't feel like much of anything. It just wasn't hitting all the way until like, I don't know, I was watching Gina's stream last night, and they were all watching, their favorite episodes of Attack, and it was just hitting that's like these people who I now consider my friends, I'm not going to see them every day. Like, it sucks. It's sad.
Yeah, I totally feel you on that. Kyle was one of these guys that came on sort of later in the show's history this last year, but like you made such a big splash.
Thank you.
With you're one of those.
Couldn't save the show. I'm sorry. Can I?
Well,
can I just?
Kevin,
Can I just put it out there?
I
Couldn't
was
save
about
it.
to say.
No.
I was
Kevin,
about to
Kevin,
say.
you have such a
I
knack
could
for
have
ruining a
saved
sincere
it, and I
moment.
chose not to.
Yeah,
I mean,
thank
GG,
you.
Kyle. But go ahead. I'm sorry. The graphics were great. I'll be honest. It was half the fun of
You did
Peter.
a great job.
I know. I'm going to be
amazing job.
an ounce of sincerity here, but Peter knows I thought he was a fantastic producer and half of the fun for me was getting to be surprised by the insane over-the-top header graphics and overproduced everything that was slapped on top of it. It made it so much more enjoyable, and just it would tickle me in real time, and I thank you for that. That's usually not allowed in a workplace, but I was always delighted for that.
It honestly, it was like one of the biggest like validation moments for me to watch the show, because there's a good stretch of time where I wasn't coming in for COVID and all that, so I just got to see you guys react to what I made, and there wasn't a whole lot on it, so like I got to just do stuff. We didn't have a whole lot of time to change things around.
I was going to say we couldn't afford notes, but thankfully the first pass was great.
Oh yeah, really shoved my way
These
in there.
graphics say Shutterstock all over them. Who cares? Ship it. No, it was great.
There's a very cool little animation that Kyle did that will never see the light of day, but it's essentially a golden eye in 64 golden eye. Well, yeah, yes. And if I have anything to say about it, G4 is coming back. But where can people find you? Obviously, can follow you here on Twitter. And if you guys are looking for a graphic person, I don't know what's the official title? Like, are you a motion guy? Are you a graphics guy, designer?
Animation lead, art director.
Okay.
I'm feeling up, baby. I'm going, taking this to the next
If you guys are looking for anyone like that and you're in the space and you're in the industry, please give Kyle a follow. Just a great guy to have around, just to shoot the shit, takes initiative, does his daily workload, and then some. Thanks for coming up here, Kyle.
Thank you. And heads up, if you follow me on Instagram, same thing, 88 Kyles per hour. I'm sorry, Kevin. It kind of looks like a shrine to you because I was just clipping stuff from Attack of the Show. And it's
how dare you apologize? There's nothing I love more. I can't click follow harder. I just broke all 15 buttons on my Logitech mouse. I basically just rated your Instagram.
He absolutely loves when we talk about him. So
this is great. And quite frankly, I think more Instagrams should be shrines to me. I think we haven't properly mourned.
So it's always that great facial expression. Like, it's great.
Thank you. I mean, they're all good. They're all good, but thank you.
I wanted to bring up.
Can't limit things to one.
Thanks, Kyle. Completionist, who was next, and then after Gerard, I want to hear from B Comp, who was after, and then Will Neff.
Gerard. Let me tell you something about Gerard. Do you know what he completed? G4 the second time around. Boy, did he speed run a network. Single-handedly torpedoed it, like my friend Andy Dufresne.
Okay, that's Gerard. I'm sorry. That is not an intro you deserved. That is
Morgan. You see, it seems like Morgan Freeman only has the worst things to say. I'm so sorry about that, Gerard. Please.
Such a toxic green room.
I was really gonna say Trump was probably the worst, but I'm okay. Go ahead.
How's everyone doing? How's all the? I don't know how this works. It's my first time ever doing a Twitter hangout. So
Gerard,
that's weird because
we're all sad. We want to know how you feel though.
I'm not sure how I feel. I'm still feeling a lot of confusion, a lot of different feelings and thoughts. I think that the big thing that I really feel is that I'm so bummed that no one really got to see our full potential. We just had so many talented, gifted people at the studio who were working their ass day in and day out, and we had such big goals and dreams and aspirations. And I think the frustrating thing about it is that, and I'm sure we can talk about it now, none of us really knew how much money we were spending or costing the company. Like, no one really, we just were like told to create. And so that's what we did. And, it sucks because I feel like if we had transparency in that way from the beginning, we would have, speaking for me, we would have broken a lot less for a lot more, mileage and presentation. So, it's just kind of a bummer in that way.
I think that's a really valid point, Gerard. But I do like the only part of that. I don't think it was the individual like producers or teams that were spending money. I think money was spent long before Pixels ended up being on a screen, committed
Correct.
to a lot of different things and infrastructure and projects and whatnot. The project was never right sized to begin with, and so I don't think like even if it was like, oh, we're gonna break one less decanter set, I don't know that would have kept it afloat for much longer. But I understand what you're saying as well.
Can I mention quickly? I will never forget the first day I came in. I was so excited because they were introducing me to Kevin Pereira, one of my heroes, and we had this sit down and we talked about the future of G4 at the Summer Beach House, which I don't know if everybody here will remember Beach House, but it was kind of the lean startup model of G4. And I said, oh, I think what was the black kiss of death over at BuzzFeed was we bought this massive facility, Siren Studios, and I don't think we could ever justify that cost. Thank God we're not doing that. To which Kevin Pereira responded, wait till you see our $30 million facility. And I went, oh boy.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely a love-hate relationship with the studio. Not something we were really, we were excited for, but at the end of the day, we also knew how much it was going to cost, and we were probably not ready for that. So that was definitely one of the multiple mistakes. But you live and you learn. Yeah.
You guys ever buy a $30 million building?
Yeah, now you know. Yeah, now you know. Maybe just don't. But I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Gerard, yeah, I know you as a YouTube. You have your own business and you built like a better version of this on your own. And you have a great team of people working for you. And I know for you, you didn't need to take this job. You kind of wanted to because G4 meant a lot to you growing up. And if there was one person that was trying to hold it together, and I could see it on your face when I walked by, it was it was palpable. And I just want to say thank you for all the positivity. And I know you were important for me to sort of like one of the only YouTube people that were sort of brought on. So we spoke the same language, and it was really great to interact with you more here than we did even at Maker Studios, which I quite frankly don't remember you at, and that's my fault. But it's been so great working with you, pal, and I know it won't be the last.
Yeah, I think that's been my absolute favorite thing is about this whole experience was just being able to not just meet, Kasim and Kevin and Adam and everyone in between.
Sorry about
but really just being able to when I like I didn't know I was gonna fall in love with everyone so much, like I didn't even know who Will Neff was before, and now I am such the biggest fan of this man. I could watch him talk about cheese all day long if he chose to talk about cheese, and it'd be the greatest 4 hours of my life. So I think I think that's the true honor in all this is that like walking away from it all, the best I got to meet so many talented, wonderful people, both the hosts and all of the producers and the creative minds that just poured their hearts and souls into this. So that to me is the most special thing, the most proud to just say I got to meet everyone and connect on so many different levels, especially you, Kasim, because I've always had so much respect for you.
That means the world to me, buddy, and I appreciate you even taking the time to come up on stage here. And please feel free to hang out, listen in. If you guys don't follow Gerard on stage here, that's a speaker, was a former G4 host. And if you liked even one or two things that we did, support them, follow them, and see where they're going next. Yes,
Real
Kevin?
quick though, I do want to echo something that Gerard said, which I think is it's a mathematical improbability. All of the talent for the most part was just sort of thrown together in the sandbox. We got to meet. I think some of us got to meet like maybe once before having to go on air and do hours, or be thrown into a room with fluorescent lighting and security cameras everywhere and be told create. And the odds that the friendships and the bonds formed and the content was what it was from like the jump, even in the incredibly scuffed experiment that was the beach house, that to me is like, that's just a point of pride. And it's something that I know Cassim has said, and I like hearing Gerard say it as well. And I can't echo it enough that the friendships forged in the fire are ones that I hope to take with me for years to come.
Absolutely, well said, and it's been the best part of this whole process, is the people that I've met. Thank you, Gerard, for coming up. I want to bring up B Comp up to speak. You guys remember B Comp from just like a month ago, hosting Fresh Ink, and he was a producer on Attack of the Show and much more. B Comp, come up on stage, unmute, let us know how you're feeling. You were actually laid off a few weeks ago, but I'm sure it's been even a rough couple days for you to lose their jobs. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you all doing? You got me? Hello?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay,
We hear
Yeah,
you.
are
We're
you
doing
in
good.
the are you in the process of a
Yeah.
hot pursuit?
Dude, our
B Comp
or-
has that 5-star
Are you on a white
soundboard going.
Were you
Yeah.
able? Were you able to get the shit from the G4 offices, and the police are following you as we speak?
Unfortunately, I'm watching my kid right now who's watching Paddington Bear, who's apparently on the run from the cops, so we'll just leave it at that. Hey,
Paddington's got priors. That was my favorite movie.
dude, that was a great movie. I'm just Paddington 2 was legitimately a great movie. I know, buddy. Go ahead and sit on the couch. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Yeah, I'm really sad that it all went away. Obviously, I go back to the original show, like kind of with Kevin, and I was so happy to see it kind of return. And I really, really just loved what we were doing. And it's bittersweet. Not even bittersweet. It's just bitter. It's actually just bitter and sad.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like if there were an ounce of sweetness, it was the fact that we got to jam again. Even under the restrictions or we'll leave it at restrictions. Even under the circumstances that everything was forced into, it was a weird box to be put in, but at least we got to push against the sides of it for a minute. That was fun.
Well, I mean, even I think our day one, Kevin, you came up to me and you're like, "Hey, man, you know what? We've got at least a year here. Let's have fun while we do it," and we did. I mean, I don't regret any of the content we made. I loved every second of it. There's some episodes that are a little weaker than the others, but overall.
And Brian, I want to say I'm sorry I was gone for those episodes. There's nothing I could do, but you gave it your best and you worked with what you had. And when I was gone again, it's like sorry. It's like this is silly putty that already has a bunch of.
Dude.
I thought our shows were pretty good.
No, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. I'm just saying there's levels to it. I'm going to go ahead and mute. Go ahead.
Because I know you are, sort of like many of us trying to figure out what's next. But I do feel like this presents a very unique opportunity for us to do a lot of things that we had talked about doing, but maybe couldn't do. And
yeah, I mean, it was just I mean, to bounce on that, I mean, we always wanted to do more with Fresh Ink. I mean, obviously it was fun to do recaps of the Marvel shows and the Star Wars shows, but I know we really wanted to do more comic book centric, and I know that the fans were asking for that too. It's sort of that thing of well, it's such a niche field to get into, that was the problem. But I mean, now, hey, we don't have the restrictions, as Kevin Dean said. What's up? You want some more gummy bears?
Okay,
Sorry,
let's get that kid some gummy bears.
I want some more gummy bears too, but be comp and we get some gummy bears for Will Neff too, please. His favorite flavor. You know how angry he gets if there's green ones in the martini glass. So keep them separate. But if there's a Patreon to be launched and a Fresh Ink on it, does Cassim have your sword?
I mean, honestly, Cassim would have my sword. Cassim's he's the draw to all of this.
No, not at all. I appreciate that, B-Comp, but we all know that you're the comic book, you're the encyclopedia, and you made that show what it was. Although I enjoyed trying to do it when you were gone, the process was just so much more satisfying when you were there, and Yeah, I mean, look, I don't want to confirm anything, but I would love to maybe tease once me and you have a conversation about it, a sort of fresh ink revival that is,
Fresher ink.
yeah, fresher ink, or the ink is dried, or whatever we decide to call it. But
Fresh
this
kink.
is one of the benefits of what's
I'd watch that.
happened
Good,
is
Kevin.
our ability to do this stuff.
Thank you.
Everyone follow BComp. He's like your source for anything comic book related. And we see you guys on the Reddit asking for a comic book. Hey, what are you reading? Sort of show on top of all the other stuff that we do. And so know that is seen and heard, and we want to do that stuff just as much as you guys want to see it. And so stay tuned. And I'm definitely thinking about starting a Patreon. In fact, I am on the Patreon page right now.
Well, we've been thinking about that.
Thank you,
You know.
BComp. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say real quick. First off, whatever you call, I'll come. I'll be there. Secondly, I just want to say thank you to all the hosts like Kevin, Cass, Gina, Fiona, Neff.
In that order. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, and also just like all of you guys were such a pleasure to work with. Like I've worked, Nerdist and G4 and E and all that. And you guys were just a blast every day to work with. And then also thank you to all the producers like Lena and Ryan and Beth and Peter and all of them. Like they were such a great team. It was literally, as I told them, it's like, look, the company isn't our friend, but you're our family. And I mean that. The producers were a family. I miss every single one of them and hope that I get to hang out with them again. And then also just thank you to Mike, Sean, Zilch for bringing me on. They were our EPs, and we go back to the old AOTS, but I'm so glad that they brought on like an old fart like me to help out again. So just thank you to everybody. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Well said, sir.
And if I forgot anybody, I'm sorry.
It isn't goodbye. Time is a flat circle, BComp. We will see you very shortly.
And chaos is a ladder, if I may. And speaking of, Will Nefferson is here. He is a speaker.
Will Neff, thank you for coming and taking the time to get on the stage. Will Neff, how are you feeling today? Tell us what's going through your mind.
Oh man, how am I feeling today? I think my first thought is about all my friends and people that I've had the privilege to make stuff with, being unemployed and the horrible way that they found out that they were unemployed. That makes me feel very sad. But I say it all the time. I always feel like I'm a pound puppy, where I really didn't have much going as recent as 3 years ago. And so getting in and getting the chance to make content with so many creators that I was a fan of and make a few things that I was really, really proud of, I can't be too mad at that experience. I'm sad that it's over, but it's, for me, I'm in the boat that, don't be sad that it's over, be happy that it ever happened.
That's on my,
yeah,
now I'm on Lexa Pro.
Yeah, but I echo what everybody else says is everybody who came through that door in the morning was just a joy to be around. From the host to the producers, even some of the less platform positions like our cameraman and even our COVID compliance officers were just people.
Man.
Yeah.
If that's not a spin-off series that needs to happen, Will, you put
right.
Way to shine a light on that. Those two are my favorite.
But it really did start to feel like we were a family in there. And I think the Comcast G4 project really suffered from the weight of its ambition. Right? We were a team that was put together. And I hate to use a football analogy, but success was never the goal. Playoffs were the goal. Super Bowl was the goal. And I think had we been given more time and maybe some more reasonable expectations, G4 was something that could have thrived on a longer term. But the swing was so ambitious from day one that I'm not sure that we ever really had the opportunity to live up to what they wanted from us.
Yeah, that's well said, Will. It's just one of those things where I try not to get bogged down with it because I've laid in bed at night just being like, Like, I wish this was not the way it was, but all I can do is like a almost 40-year-old recognize that we had a lot of like we had a leg up in a lot of areas, and we were also like chained to the wall in so many areas, which sounds so sexual and almost like a little
Save it for
sucked
Fresh
off
Kink.
thing. Yeah, Fresh Kink. No, that's well said, Will. And everyone, obviously, you can follow Will on Twitch. He's on, one of the top streamers on the platform. I for sure will be asking for Will to juice me as soon as I get on Twitch. And
of course, buddy, of course.
Will, what's happened with my friends with Donna? Yeah, a favorite for many. Are we going to see and hear from Donna again? I didn't know Donna was here.
Oh wow! Hi everybody. No, Donna's an interesting case, and I'll be very forthwith about this. I think the situation's pretty fluid in terms of will you see Donna again? Obviously, Donna was a character that existed before Hey Donna, so I don't know how that goes, and I don't know how dogged Comcast will be about retaining the rights to Donna, but certainly. If you don't see Donna on a call-in show again, I think that I had too much fun doing a call-in show, and you might see one of the other characters from my repertoire answering that phone if it turns out that simply we cannot get Donna in that format again.
It would be heartbreaking to see Donna locked up behind any contractual negotiations or nightmares. I mean, like coming to Peacock, and I'm trying to think who would play Donna.
I don't know.
It's going to be painful when you see Paul Scheer in a wig. I'm sorry, Will.
Yeah,
it's going to be tough.
Yeah, the other option's Dame Judi Dench, and I think she'll do a tremendous job.
Actually, yeah, she'll be great. Actually, hold on. Let me send this one over to the powers that be.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm so grateful to have gotten to work with the people I worked with, and the environment at G4 with those people was just so wonderful to come into every day, and I consider myself very lucky.
Yeah, I think
so
a lot
much,
of us feel that same way.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet you. I wasn't too tuned in to like a lot of the folks that I met before, but like one of the most talented guys I've ever met. And I'm sure you'll have, all the success, and I can't wait to see what your next thing is. And hopefully you find a spot for us, wherever it is.
I'm looking for,
Thanks, guys.
we're unemployed. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm on it.
Thanks, Will. I see Golden Boy. I know, Golden Boy, you said you don't have headphones, so please don't feel the pressure to come and speak, but I'm glad you're here.
You guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of the best guest hosts I've ever got to work with. He was a great guest at and around G4. But I think, Golden Boy, you were in the middle of a contract negotiation. If you don't mind me saying so, unsolicited advice, I think you have all of the leverage you need now.
For sure. Yeah, they have no idea what's. Some might even say that the contract might put them out of business.
No! Hit them with the foreclosure.
That's right, baby. No, I mean, I just enjoy being a fly on the wall, listening to you guys do your thing, because honestly, getting to work with you guys was one of the greatest joys of my career. Getting to meet you guys was unreal. Like, I mean, Kevin, you already know, and I know you hate platitudes and kindness and stuff.
No,
I do hate it.
That's actually the only way. That's actually the only way he can come now, because he got a vasectomy.
Yeah. But I'll keep it brief though, man.
Please scream at him.
You already know you were an inspiration to me, and I'm just glad I got to call you coworker, but I'm more satisfied that I get to call you friend. So thank you for your guidance and everything. And don't think I didn't forget about the other people. Okay, because you guys were amazing.
Oh, I have.
Okay,
This stream has gone on for a long time, GB. And we really don't have the time to name check everybody, but I would love to see Retribution come back on a Patreon. I think that'd be cool. I yield my time.
Yeah, no, it would be. I haven't really talked to Gerard about it. But I mean, I just thought everyone that we worked with, it was just the funniest, most talented. I really believed it. I believed in everyone that we worked with in the pit, in the production pit of esports and X Play and AOTS and all of us together. It was short lived, but it was fun, and really, like, we were just blessed to have been surrounded by so much talent across the board, whether it's on camera, behind the camera, and then also a kick-ass community too that supported our wildness. So thanks, guys. It was awesome.
Thank you, Golden Boy.
Did you guys catch me at the end there?
Well said. That is, yeah. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said. And that you were in the business of saying things. One of the guys that I actually followed before G4 started and was very excited to meet. And you're nothing but a consummate professional. You're funnier than you need to be. You're more talented than you need to be. And I was just so happy to have the time that we did together. And hopefully this won't be the last of it, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I hope as well. I hope that somewhere down the line we all can find a way, even if it's just for us to just get together and do something again, whatever that may be, because we were really at our best when we were all, which is crazy to think, because we were all just a bunch of random ass people with like no connections to one another, and yet somehow, some way, we made it work. It's incredible. So
Yeah.
thank you guys for that.
Exactly. Thanks, Golden Boy, for coming up on stage. I did want to give Danny Penna here from the X-Play team a moment. Danny, just tell us kind of who you are, what you did at G4, and then how you're feeling today.
Yeah, sorry, I was not expecting to talk. Sorry. Can you guys hear me?
To the sun.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm here with I have the crew here.
Danny, I can hear you as well. It's Kevin Pereira. I just want to let you know that I can hear you as well, Danny. So you go right ahead. We can we got you.
Yeah. No, it's,
do you hear Fiona? Does he not hear me?
I don't know.
I can
Fiona,
hear you.
hear Kevin?
Fiona, can you tell Danny that I can hear him, please?
I'm telling Danny right now, Kevin. Hold
Thank
on.
you.
Danny, can you hear Kevin?
I can hear everybody.
No, I need you to tell him that can you tell Danny that I can hear him, Fiona?
No, I think he can hear you, Kevin.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. No, I just want to say, I'm working with all of y'all, man, behind the scenes, and hopefully we could work together in the future again, and I know Greg Miller from Kind of Funny invited us to go to their new studio in San Francisco to see if we could do something together as like a final farewell. I don't know if anybody would like to go, but
I'm good.
I think that would be cool for us to do. I get it.
Okay, Fiona. Geez. Look, I thought
damn,
that was
Fiona.
so nice.
No
that
love.
Was so nice.
We'll just peer pressure her
I'm
into
on
it.
my hands. I can do anything, actually, if you really want me to. I'm free. I'm free as a bird. No job to hold me back.
Okay, that's nice, Fiona. Danny,
26, baby. I'm young. I can do whatever I want. Y'all are fucked.
Shout out to Golden Boy, Gerard, everybody from the X-Play team. It was great working with everybody, man. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. And Fiona too. Fiona, we did about them too. And actually I got to see the project that we were working on, Ghostbusters, and Chasm is in it too. And that came out really good too. But that's never gonna come out. But there you go.
Will it never come? Is there a way to salvage any of this stuff, or maybe get a hard drive shipped
Kevin,
clandestinely or
all
something?
we can do is like show it on our Twitch streams or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anybody out there that knows how to get the footage. Please let me know. I would love to share it to the world. It came out really good. Really.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I will be sad to see not air. I have like a whole CatCon video that we shot that's not going to make it. I know Gina had a whole Formula Drift thing that I helped her with. There's a lot of great stuff that I honestly don't know, and we did talk about this morning about getting the footage from. I know Case has pulled a lot of the Attack of the Shows, and so I don't know. We'll see what we can do with that stuff. I know that there's like some legal loopholes, and yeah. Thank you, Danny. It was a pleasure to work 15 feet away from you in the office, and you were always so cool, and really enjoyed your vibe check appearance. And by the way, Danny has a book. Dan, you wanna plug your book real fast?
I didn't even to plug my book, but okay. I have a children's book. It's called Danny Loves Video Games. Check it out. Amazon. That's it.
There you go.
Amazon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hell yeah, guys.
Look, guys, it's been an hour and a half. We've kind of been going, and I wonder if any of you guys feel like you want to add anything constructive that's not, maybe playing music or toilet bowl flushing or Morgan Freeman or Donald
Sorry,
Trump.
I had to pee. I had, it was a long podcast.
I saw
had to
how
go to
you
the bathroom.
you had to unmute to flush.
No, well, I didn't. I definitely didn't do that on purpose.
No, of
I
course
think that's absolutely wild for you to assume.
No, I wouldn't.
Listen, really, really great podcast here. I love everyone here. G4 forever, man. Like hashtag, right? That's a cool hashtag to start. And really, if anyone's looking for some amazing producers, creative producers, behind the scenes talent, on-screen talent, we're all here, baby. We've got the whole gang here. So please reach out, and everyone needs a job. We're all unemployed now. So
yeah, that's true. If anyone that has the speaker name underneath them is a former G4 employee, there's producers and hosts and a lot more that aren't on the spaces. They're actually all out drinking at the moment. But
yeah, they've been drinking for 3 days straight.
Right. They were drinking
so
at Gina's house last night.
Yeah, day
I
before.
do want to let you guys know that we, as the Cream team, and you can find us at thecream.team. That'll take you to our Discord. I've officially published our Patreon page.
What?
This is a an official page.
No. What?
And
here's
no, we're not doing it. You're doing that.
Here's
You guys
the
aren't
thing.
doing
Well,
that. I'm not doing that.
Kasim did make this while we were while we've been on the podcast. This is what
Are you guys physically together in the same space?
Yeah, I'm at his house right now.
She's in the other
Oh,
room.
okay. I guess my invite got lost in the mail. Cool. Go ahead. Was I going to read about my invite on deadline? Okay, but that's a whole other thing.
That's how we're getting our news, Kevin. I don't know what this is 2022. Okay?
What I don't,
Kevin,
what I don't think that
changed.
as insincere as I've tried to be, because that's my defense mechanism throughout this whole experience. I don't think now is the time to go begging for dollars on Patreon. I think that's sad.
That's really funny you would say that because we're not like you, okay? We've got things. Kasim has a cat to feed, okay? Kasim has a cat to feed. You have a vasectomy. You're not gonna have a child anymore. We have things we've got to do, okay?
Wait, so you're saying that because I got a vasectomy, I have to be okay with a Patreon and that I'm a part of, apparently?
Yes, because you are I don't know where you're confused. I don't know where our wires have been crossed because you've been the part of the Cream.
Imagine agreeing to a Patreon before we start the podcast, and then now publicly,
and then now live, making it a whole thing.
Look, if I may, Kevin, just for one goddamn second.
Please.
If I may, we've been talking about doing a Patreon for our Cream Team spaces for a long time, and we officially published the page. It's thecream_team, patreon.com/thecream_team. What you get is access. It asked us what our benefits were, and we said.
Okay, wait a minute. This is what you've put together is a pretty much blank Patreon page.
It is 100% blank.
You put
except for the
it's got a fucking underscore in it, which now you have to say into the end of days. Go to the Cream_team. And right now you're promising nothing other than access to in parentheses. We don't know yet.
Well,
we
you'll
have
get
a
access.
weekly show. Okay, the idea is to have our weekly Cream Team Dream Stream.
I'm out. I'm not even backing it. I'm out. I can't be a part of it.
Okay, but also look at our benefits. Help us help you. You know, you'll get so many benefits.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The cream underscore team.
That's right.
Right.
And we already look at this. We already have we have I think 10 people that
Wow.
just signed up.
10
13 people that just signed up.
Thank you so much.
Oh wow,
this
we
is
can
gonna
almost
really help.
afford a decanter set.
Well,
Oh wow, we can almost afford
oh,
a
wait.
decanter set.
Here we go. Well, the thing
Almost like
is,
we could see behind the scenes there.
Yeah, that was my bad entirely.
If you guys
yeah.
If you guys want to support the cream team, it's there. If not, that's totally fine. This is obviously it's not any sort of like major source of income, but we are trying to toy around with the idea of building out the cream dot team into something more substantial, and this is the sort of the beginning of it. And if you guys support us there, that's great. If not, you'll still have access to the Discord, and we hope to see you in there. And hopefully, a lot
But
of
you
people
might not
join the
get
cream
access
dot
to
team.
the. You might get a special a special role or something. We have to still figure it out, but you know, you will be rewarded for helping us. You know, that's
Every journey begins with a dream, and every dream begins with Kareem.
That's true. Thank you, Morgan. That was
You can't dream without cream.
Said. That's
Yeah.
wonderfully said. And we appreciate you guys all for being here. I want to thank all the speakers that are on stage, all our friends, our family. Please follow these people. There's a lot more people that were part of G4 that aren't here on the spaces. Do us a favor, do them a favor, search them out. If you are hiring, you're in the industry, and you need great producers and writers and talent, DM me. I've been answering DMs all day trying to connect people with potential jobs, and it's the least I can do. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Do you guys have anything before we close it up?
Well, that's interesting that you say close it up, because that reminds me of the wound in my scrotum, which still hasn't completely closed up from the no scalpel vasectomy that I got. And I said that I wanted to discuss that today because it was a big deal. It's been a big thing in my life. It's really interfered with a lot of my plans, but I feel like now you've sort of wrapped it up. So it would be uncouth to try to have a discussion.
No,
I think we've had enough of that.
Well, no, I think we should let Kevin talk about it.
I quite frankly don't.
He's
want to
traumatized, but he's traumatized.
He
has been trying to talk about it for like 2 weeks now. He's
not
depressed.
Like this.
He's
I'm
depressed.
not. This is not the introduction to my vasectomy chat. This is not the introduction that I want. This isn't the energy that I want surrounding it. This isn't what I signed up for, and I'm gonna cancel my pledge to the cream team now. I'm canceling it. There went $5 for you.
Shit.
Bye bye.
No,
bye bye. That's what happens.
No, Kevin, stop.
Great. Thank you guys. This has been really sweet.
Thank you so much.
Almost 1,800 people here today, sort of mourning the
it
loss
dropped.
of G4.
It definitely dropped.
They were here for the snip chat, and you guys just bungled it. Honestly, I'll yield my time.
Okay.
Thank you guys.
Really excited. Really excited to read about the results of this on deadline tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely.
About what, the Patreon or the vasectomy that Kevin's been talking
everything.
about?
Can't wait.
Okay.
Can't wait to hear about it on a website.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Kotaku to really nail it home here.
You know, the fake news, the fake media, I could tell you what they're going to write. They're going to say the spaces, it was perfect. Kevin was magnificent. What a premium discussion. Could have used a little bit more discussion of his vasectomy. Would have liked that. But quite frankly, I think it was pretty okay. I'd give it a 2 out of 5.
No, what happened? Did he get shot?
That's what happened.
Stopped.
Oh no.
Jeez. That was like abrupt stopping. Okay, well, thank you guys for
Thank
coming.
you guys. We have 83 members on Patreon already. And that's crazy.
Thank you so much.
Please join our Discord, and we'll be in contact with you guys on Patreon and talk to you about the next steps.
We'll keep you updated. Yep, absolutely.
Thank you so much. And a big sort of shout out to the folks that have supported us along this whole journey that didn't come up to the stage. Susie, I see you, Meryl, April O'Neil, BMOP, who I invited to the stage, who was a G4 employee but chose not to come out. Julian, I see you, but now it's too late. But Julian, our head of talent, thank you for everything, Julian. We love you, buddy. Dark Silk, great to see you. Thank you so much, guys. If you want more Cream stream, join the Patreon, @thecream_team. And the
Thank
Discord,
you.
thecream.team will take you right to our Discord. Appreciate you guys. And somebody recorded this, and on behalf of everyone that was severed yesterday, thank you for all the support, and it really goes a long way on these sort of like rough, weird times that we're in at the moment. So thank you guys.
Thank you. Kevin, do you want to play us out?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't have I
Oh,
didn't
no,
want to
that's
go to
fine.
get something for I got it. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
whoops.
have,
Whoops.
I didn't go to get something for now. I got it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
whoops.
I got it. We're good. Everybody's fine.
Weird. Yeah, that's a thumbs down. Yeah, beam up.
I thought the sound file
That
was
was
longer.
it?
Okay, that was like
it
unbelievably pathetic. Okay,
It kind of
thank
lasted
you.
as long as G4.
That was good one. Good one. Okay. Well, goodbye,
Thank you,
guys.
Okay, I got to be honest. He got me with that one. That's a pretty good one to end it on. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Everybody, shut off your phones. And I'll see you all at the G4 reunion, January 6th. We all show up to the studio. We go in, we smear our poo-poo on the walls. We take Drunkle Ted. You grab him however you want. Quite frankly, it'll be the best thing that's ever happened at that place. I got to tell you, I don't know what these Kotakus and these deadlines are writing, but I can tell you it's nothing good. It reminds me of Puerto Rico. If I were you, I would just end this stream. I would close it now. Kessim, you're in charge, and quite frankly, you should shut it off because this isn't going to end well.
No, I'm
This is
enjoying
like
this,
G4 3.0. This isn't going to go anywhere. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and close it now.
Yeah.